You are now tuned to BS3 Network. You are now tuned to BS3 Network. You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Okay, we made it.
Listen, that's so fun when technology decides to do things on its own.
And listen, at least our intro is cute. It's fine.
Right. We was jamming a little bit, but welcome everyone to Perspective. Apologize for the multiple intros, but we like our intro, so we just gave you a little bit extra because you get a little bit extra with perspective. Okay. Good evening, everyone. And we're just going to get started. And as we always do, we like to just talk at the top of the hour, just kind of talk about the premise and the reasoning of our platform. And it's right there in the name of Perspective. This is a safe place, a truth place where we can share our different points of views, lived experiences, and outlook on various topics that kind of penetrate, our intimate community as well as our wider community. I am EB, aka the Intellect, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy, and aka Cullinan, because I am the biggest diamond ever found on land. I'm 3,000 plus carats, not in counting. We're gonna slim that on down. We can't get too big for the people. And in some circles, I'm called Mr. Not Normal. So a lot of that has come from just my lived experiences. Things that I have contributed to those around me. Have a background in talent acquisitions, so I've spoken to millions of people. I help individuals kind of with my counseling, career coaching, just helping them get to the next level, and also opening up them to a different perspective. And with that, just happy to be here. So I'll share what I know, what I've learned over time, and I'll pass the mic over to my esteemed colleague, co-host, little sis, aka Doc.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here. My name is Latoya, aka Latoya the Therapist, aka Chef Jeff's wife, aka them kids' mama. So I'm a licensed professional counselor, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and I hold an amazing conference once a year. Yeah, let's get into it. Hi everyone. Let me do the comments first. Let's catch up.
Right. All right, going to the comments, Mr. Ben Suttereth III. He says you can support BS3 Network by sending stars. Stars help us earn money to continue building the network. We really appreciate it. So thank you on that. And also, if you want to, I want you to pay attention and recognize the BS3 in his name and the network. He definitely puts those letters and that information into the network. And those stars are worth it because the programming and the network is very, very strong. Definitely encourage you to go look at some of the other programming. Mr. Jay Gillian, my peoples.
My man.
And he said, let's go. All right. He says, welcome to Perspective, folks. We back for another great episode. Indeed, we are. And the forecast, they're on the
forecast.
BS3 network. Definitely want to say good evening to them too. Definitely go check out their programming. Mr. Randy C. Mays, man, glad he's here. At least he's peeking in.
Okay.
That's a man on a mission, everybody. He may be in there a lot, he may be in there a little, but when he hit, it count. So glad to see him here, Mrs. Good evening at forecast. Also, awesome. Okay, everybody's giving their salutations, and hey, them kids, mama, absolutely.
We popping tonight. Hey,
there we go. Alicia Viles, listen.
Hey, sis.
She's gonna keep things straight. And she's on Queen 3 and King.
Another great one.
Yes, another great one. And I was fortunate enough to be a guest on there here recently, and they gave me the business. How
many times you been on there?
That was my first time.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I've been on there twice.
Okay, hey, big people do big things. I congratulate. I don't hate. I congratulate. So with that, if you hadn't read the banner, we're the topic that we're going to address this evening. It's a good one. That's all I'll say.
It's something.
We're talking about paternity test and making them mandatory. Mandatory paternity test. Is that a violation? Is it too far of a request, or does it have value? So I know this can go in many ways. So we're gonna not be afraid. Getting in those uncomfortable positions is where you get more comfortable. Think about that later after the show. If you have any more additional questions, just ping me on the back end. I'll give good explanation to you. So, Doc, when you, I think that is, that's my number one. I think that's my number one.
That's not Alexis?
No. That's Bird right there. This number one, and that's what I call it because she changed my life more than any other woman ever has. Right there.
Okay. Well, hey, that's
one. My oldest daughter, Erica. Okay. Indeed.
Are your children names start with an E?
All of them initials is EJB.
I love that for you.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
Yes.
My good sis said definitely number one. Hi, number one.
Indeed. Oh, that is going to be funny when they catch up together. Bird usually is in here, everybody. My youngest daughter, and she's pretty active. And she definitely has her own mind and her own perspective on things. So it gets really interesting at times. But she is an entrepreneur and a business owner. Blitz lashed out, and she has clients right now. So she may pop in, she may not. But definitely love it when she's here.
We do. She holds down the comment section very well.
Indeed. So, Doc, what comes to mind immediately?
I just have lots of questions, right? Like, I'm not against paternity tests. Like, I'm cool with that. You want to know this your baby or not? Like, I'm good with that. Everybody come get swabbed. Now, I do have questions though. Like, why is it mandatory? Why would we do that?
Well, I think in my mindset, when I, thought about it, we want our freedoms. We want to be able to make decisions and choices for ourselves. However, if we allow that, and I think I've spoken through this, and me and you and I have had a brief conversation about it, but we got to think about, what's impacting the community. Those are, like civil laws, things like that. Like even when we're talking about where you're going to place schools, where you place hospitals, what type of home you can build. These are agreements amongst the community, right? And what would be the motivation for having things like that? It's just so that the majority to try to keep things across the board, keep things in order, and have some structure, right? So you don't cause too much calamity. Now, in my opinion, if you saw in the post, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And so I think you would have a hard position. You could definitely argue that that's not an issue, that it hasn't been a problem within our community. I'm talking about worldwide community. where individuals are finding out that they are not the biological fathers of particular children, or there was mistakes made, thought it was, but it wasn't. So how about we just cut out the mess and the problems and the issues, and let's just make sure we know before we go.
Who's paying for all this? Because them tests they can't be cheap. Who's paying for all this?
Hey, we pay taxes, and we.
So you want a separate budget for daddy's maybe? You want the daddy's maybe bill?
Now I tell you what, I hadn't sat down and wrote up a bill that I would like to introduce, or anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But tell me, wouldn't that make sense that, hey, while you're there, the parents are there, swab the baby.
I mean, they sticking the baby 45 times anyway, huh?
It's just add that right on in. And, we know that's not painful. That's just a swab in the mouth. Everything, all the other things that they mandatorily do and check on with children that we haven't even argued about or even asked about, right?
Right.
They do all those things. What is this one more thing going to hurt? That will give security to everybody involved.
I don't know. Now, do I feel like it should be available at the hospital upon delivery? Yes. But mandatory, something about mandatory ain't sitting right in my spirit. And I'm not really sure what that is. But as we keep talking, I'm sure I'll come up with it. I don't know. It's mandatory.
My perspective on that mandatory is we just have a community, especially our women community, just don't want to be told what to do.
No, like if we're okay, so let's say this was 10 years ago and me and Jeff had a baby. 10 years ago, me and Jeff had a baby, right? If we're married and we in love and we know what we got going on, why are we getting tested? Why are we wasting the taxpayers' dollars? Why are we doing that?
I tell you what, because we waste the tax dollars money when we have to now get lawyers. We got to go to court. We have to then you have to do testing on the back end just to get that done. So if child support comes into play, if y'all split up, it's going to happen.
But here's the thing. Let's say we'll call her Sally. Let's say Sally is spotting and bopping, right? And Sally it could be Tom, it could be Billy, it could be Jason. We're going to test everybody. What if Tom and Billy and Jason don't want to show up?
I mean, all of those things can get worked out. That type of stuff happen right now, even with child support. They put on they will put a stop to your license. They'll put warrants out for you. That money is already there because it's already being done. This is just slide that right on in there.
Okay.
So basically, if we do this, the money that we use really for all of this child support,
right,
for the bopping and thotting, Betty that you was talking about, that money would just be used from the jump from one simple test right there. Then we'll be like, okay, Betty, he ain't the guy, and you need to find the guy. Now, if it take multiple tests, okay, Mari has proved that we didn't win. I mean, I didn't see 8 people tested, I think, on one show with that. So that would be my solution to that.
Okay, let's hit the comments. They popping.
Already, absolutely. So a Facebook user says, I don't know if mandatory is the answer, but I do feel there should be some type of law, etc., associated involved before money is transferred.
Now, see, I'm with that. I'm here for that.
And that's established right now, right? But what I would say to that, we're thinking about the time. So, man, we need to know early on before too much bonding. And many times the expenses that a non-custodial parent has paid, it's been out of their pocket, it's been with their time, it's been with their energy already. And, so that's another element. And I know we'll probably spur off into that. It's not the technical aspects of this decision and putting this in place, but let's try to protect some of the psychological and emotional damage and prices that have to be paid as well.
Okay.
And Renee Berthe is what I'm going to say. If I said that wrong, forgive me. She says too many variables. 1, are married couples involved? 2, what happens when the presumed father doesn't show or if the father is not known?
That's what I'm talking about.
Man, now I'll say this to that. If the father is not known, Okay, I don't think there's any more Marys walking around here. I don't think they operate in that way anymore. You got to know who you laid up with.
That's not true. What if she was assaulted?
Okay, yeah, that I think it answers itself.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna make a hard thing hard because we want it to be hard. It's like there's variables to everything that we do. There's nothing that's 100% rock solid, not even the paternity test itself. It'll be 99.99, but that doesn't mean we don't need to test.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. J.G. said, Doc don't like rules.
I don't. I do not.
It's something that I know well. That's all I'm going to say.
I just, something about somebody telling me what to do and they not paying my bills just really like stresses me out. And so I think from a broader perspective, like, okay, I'm going to not speed. I'm going to follow the rules, blah, blah, blah. But then like pregnancy and giving birth, that's so personal. And I say that as a person who almost died giving birth. Like, what you talking about? Like, I just almost lost my life and you want me to figure this out? Like, I don't know. That just bothers me, but whatever.
Yeah, which probably wouldn't be stressful if you already know. Yeah, that's mine.
Well, it wouldn't be stressful for me. I'm just saying, like, I just like...
Right. Understood. And that is definitely a received and perceived, even from some of the comments, like, making me do that. And then what about this and what about that? So I can dig it.
Yeah, like, let me give birth and be okay and let my blood pressure come down. Let me wake up and hold my baby. Then we could talk about DNA.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely discuss that. But I'm saying early on in the process,
yeah,
like right after that,
before we leave the hospital.
Once the baby's born, they do that. Boom, get a swab, throw that in the little thing, put it to the side. No hurt, no harm. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm waiting for the fight. I'm just wondering.
I don't really.
It's just adding up, and
it's just a mandatory for me. Like, get out my business.
Oh, we just said. Well, let's say recommended. With a better.
I like recommended. I'm here for it. We recommend that you take this.
Yeah, but I think it should be mandatory. No, I think it should be mandatory.
I feel you.
We got Mari. We got.
I actually like, and then for me, court. If it's gonna be mandatory, I want some rules. I want to be able to say who it is. I want to see who you testing. I want to see his ID. Like, do it in front of me. Not I come at one time, he come. Like, let's test everybody at the same time, because people have been known to send their cousins who have the same name, and then that messed the results up, and that's not cool.
Yeah, I think Barry brought me a video, someone sent me a message about it, which kind of helped spur up, this is the direction to go as far as a topic on someone saying, like, the guy was taking a picture, say, just went and took a paternity test for my cousin or my partner. Ivan Dawkins, man, King Dawk. King Dawk is a major player on the Queen 3 and King podcast. He's also covering the NHL playoffs for the Dallas Stars. He's doing big things. So definitely.
He's also like number 2, right?
Say again.
He's also like VP coach.
Yeah. I think he is the he's the COO. He's the chief operating officer of BS3 Network. So, major player. Everybody else scared of him, but I ain't scared. No, I'm just joking. Ivan, come on, man. We good. No, he says focus on the children. Don't they deserve to know their biological father?
They do.
Yes. Facebook use says affairs happen, and just because you think you know doesn't mean that you truly know. That's a fact. Somebody tell me that they're wrong. Yeah. We'll keep on with the comments. The forecast says mandatory paternity tests could be beneficial for the kids, especially long term, so they know their parents. That brings up a good point. We were talking kind of earlier about the fact that, knowing medical records for, if nothing else, if you need some type of transfusion, things like that. Why are we searching and running around when, somebody, the neighbor down the street really could be the one, the carrier that have what you need for those transparents, and just knowing what your medical history is so you can prepare for that. I think that's just something you should have. I think it's morally right and technically a smart move. We have any more comments?
We got several.
Okay, and we're going to run down those in In a case of married couple, so I would say it doesn't have to be mandatory. And the forecast, I agree, Jay, it should be a given.
Okay.
Mark LaShawn says, whomever the woman claimed the father is, that man, if willing and available, should be tested.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Mm-hmm. And I'm saying it should be, even if the man is like, no, and I don't think they even have over-the-counter tests as far as the cost. I don't think it's going to be as overwhelming as you would think.
I do though.
Then we could, but I think a lot of money is already spent in that space on the other side of this, of not knowing these things. But I think the real negative impact is the not knowing, the hurt that comes after it. People don't respond well to stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facebook user says, men have always been portrayed as dogs. We all know it. Some hyenas out there that seem to pick the better guy for the situation. Absolutely.
Should have picked the better guy before they laid down, but I digress.
Man, they be out there just passing out that sugar.
Yeah, he definitely something.
Mama, baby, daddy, maybe.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. So as I'm thinking about it, so I think you might be onto something, but I really think that like it's that mandatory that's sending me, but highly strongly recommended, right? So like, let's say we'll call her Sally. Sally and Tom are dating. She's pregnant. Tom was like, I don't know. Having it available for Tom at birth, I think is perfect.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm gonna stand on my mandatory.
You like just no matter what, like everybody.
It's a part of the natural process of giving childbirth. If child is born, swab everybody, get results, and move on.
Not swab everybody.
Swab everybody. Swab the doc. So not doc, not this doc, but even the doctor. I'm being funny. But there is a case, and it's not that long ago. I saw a documentary. There was an artificial insemination doctor.
Okay.
Who fathered, I think, like an entire county.
It's on Netflix. I think it's called Our Father.
Yes.
Yep.
And they had to fight. This man was just using his own, and he, in his mind, his thought was he was making like a superior race of people. So can you imagine? I'm serious. This is like a small town in the Northeast area, if I'm not mistaken. And these people walk around. It was like 30-something kids that are all in between the ages of 1 and 5. And this happened for years.
Yeah.
Men finding out that their daughters and their sons are not their children. Yes. The women are finding out that their children are not their children. And so just watching that shows me that mandatory is probably, because check this out. If that was just a natural process, if that was part of the process, when the baby was born, everybody would have been swabbed, and boom, there's a problem here. Boom, there's a problem here. That man would have been found out earlier.
When you say it like that, now I'm like, okay, mandatory is cool. We could do it.
Yeah, because it's not that invasive. If I thought it was more invasive into your privacy, no, this is just really about truth, and that's the thing. So if you're on the up and up, I don't think it would be an issue for you. Because it's not intrusive to the child. It's not harmful to do. You don't have to poke, prod, get blood necessary. It's simply a swab for everyone.
Sure. So,
Cecil Jacobson.
Right.
That's the guy's name. That's the guy, Cecil Jacobson. Thank you, Renee. Mr. J. Gilliam says it was a great documentary on Netflix. Yes.
And then she's saying it's in Utah.
It's in Utah. I was so off. I said the Northwest. It's the North. It's the Northwest.
It's fine. It's fine. So I have some follow-up questions. So let's say Sally said it was Tom's. It wasn't Tom's. And she said, oh, no. It was Jacob's. It wasn't Jacob. Now, do she have to start paying a fine? Like,
that was going to be.
Does she ever
do we think they should? So that's a great question. Hey, audience, viewers, man, y'all let me know. So let's say she didn't sat up there and she said it's somebody's. They find out it's not. Should there be a penalty?
I think after like the second one, sis, you got to pay for your own, for real.
I think if you lied in the first place, there should be.
I'm gonna give you 2 because maybe you had a wild night, so I give you 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that'll calm some of these wild nights down. Wild nights are not necessary. You can wild night with contraceptives. They got technology is just way too high for people to just be out here doing that.
I think you should have 2. Now, by that third one, pay a fine. Like, come on.
Think they should pay a fine, or you think some jail time is in order?
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Jail. They just had a baby.
Well, she got to find
Not
that
straight face.
Well, I'm just hoping. Wait a minute. Somebody just had a baby, so we're gonna have sympathy for the
yes.
What?
Come on, hit the comments. It's going down. Come on.
So Alicia Val says, "Pay the fine, Sally." Exactly, eh? Exactly. And Mr. J. says, "If it was deemed a violation, get violated." No. Facebook user says, "My oldest son isn't biologically mine, but I raised him, and he's named after me. When she left, I won custody of all 3 of my sons, and she was made to pay me child support. You definitely know the story."
Absolutely.
Alicia Val says, out there trotting and thotting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just picking folks. Well, you the good one, so you the pappy. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So Facebook user says, "I definitely feel like she should have to pay after the second one," like Doc said, because anything can happen. Yeah. Man, I'm wondering about this. Anything can happen.
What you mean?
I mean, it seems like it's like you kind of giving a license to thrill, so a license to thought. It's a license.
Here's the thing. Thoughting is subjective, but also if Sally is a single woman and she's sleeping with multiple people, that's her business. Y'all gotta do me.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Sally needs to track her.
Yeah,
Sally needs to track her.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why Sally needs
ovulation.
Yeah, she needs to go ahead. I'm with you, Doc.
So 2. She get 2.
Nah, 1.
2.
Nah, 1. You pay for that test. You pay for you reimburse the taxpayers on that one. Sally thought muffin.
You already done made it mandatory. Get this too.
No, see what I'm saying? We got to keep costs down. We're only going to pay for the first one, and then we're good. Now, if you messed up, you reimburse us on that because you're out here lying and thotting. So that means basically, I don't think it's too much to ask for people to be aware of their actions and what they're doing, to be responsible in that sense, because to not is far more dangerous and impactful negatively. Now, we just had an example. And of course, there are variables and anomalies to every circumstance, because there has been a great deal of individuals that have been in that situation. They're now emotionally tied to the child. The relationship is established, but if you want to do that, you can. But if not, then you should be able to you should have some recourse to make some other decisions, and there should be some punishment in tow in that circumstance. Because if you're not sure, you should be sure.
Okay, come on, read the comments.
Facebook user says, "Nope, I'm not paying for what the people say is mandate."
I ain't mad at it.
Okay, and Facebook user says, "Not jail." Yes, jail. Yeah, jail. Mr. JQ, you say pay a fine. Facebook, you said both of them. They got to pay a fine and go to jail. Fine, you can do 15 days, $1,500 fine, or we can go to trial. That's what it is.
Wait a minute. Sally just gave birth. Give her a second.
Man, they got infirmaries in jail. Facebook user says, but you could definitely go sit it out too. You got to pay something. I ain't saying they got to stay in there forever, but you go have to come on. You got to pay a penalty on that one. It's got to be a penalty.
On the second one, after that, she will start to pay for them. And they're mandatory, so she has to come out of pocket.
Okay, you know what? Fine.
Yeah,
I can wrap my
live.
mind around that. I wouldn't like fight it to the death.
Yeah.
Because long as we got that testing happening, I'll be all right.
It's already mandatory. You won.
Yes, there we go. That's what we need. The mandatory portion. So Renee Bartay says criminal charges for false allegations. I think it's good. That should follow you around. It should be recorded. Someone should be able to look that up before they want to enter into something with you. I think that's good. Yeah. Mr. Mays.
Wait. Is it like what you mean? Is this
like
it's a felony? It's a misdemeanor? Like, what we talking?
That would be, I think that's,
misdemeanor. Right. She had a rough night.
So right now, on a theft charge, what is on extortion or forgery charge? Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
I don't know.
I think forgery ranks in like a class C misdemeanor or a felony. And I think it depends on the degree and the amount. And if you have the amount it costs to take care of a child, to maintain a child, from it, I'm just keeping it financial. Even if you're not the custodial parent, y'all not together, she puts you on child support. By the time you finish paying that child support, it'll be a significant amount of money, and it's definitely going to be over that threshold. So I think it should carry that felony level.
No. We're testing at the hospital. You haven't paid any money. She
right.
didn't do anything.
Well, I'm just saying if we find out that it's not, then the level of penalty it should be.
Well, no, because how you base it? What we talking about? He didn't pay child support on the baby that wasn't his. No one has lost anything except the test.
No, understood. I'm using that as how will we determine? So I'm just doing a quick synopsis. So
I just don't know that it's criminal to not know who your baby daddy is. Now, wait a minute.
So let me ask you this: is it criminal to know who the baby daddy is, but make somebody else carry the responsibility? So that's what I'm saying. So this is the precursor to doing that.
Not really. Because if Sally have a baby and then she say it's Tommy's, it wasn't Tommy's, her and the baby leave the hospital, they go ahead and go about their life. She meets Jacob and she already got the baby. So Jacob is making a conscious decision to be in their life. She is not tricking him. She is not doing anything to him that he is not willing to do. So no, I disagree.
Okay, no, but I agree with that circumstance. That's cool. But if we find out that Tom, because you get two, let's say this, it'll be maybe not even it's not going to be criminal. Let's make it a civil charge. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pay a fine. You either pay a fine or you do some time, one of those on the first offense. Now, if you do the second offense, then it goes up and it gets more serious.
Why are we going to jail? Well, I don't understand.
If they do it more than once, then how about that? Some jail need to be in there. This got to stop.
What?
Because I don't think a fine would be a big enough.
People don't play about their money. She'll be fine after that. Sally has calmed down after that.
Okay. You said
we behind.
If she went to LaToya, the therapist, and got some help after the circumstance, that should be mandatory too. After you do that, you need to go get therapy so you can have an understanding of what your thinking is, why you thought that was okay to do, and the therapist can help unpack why this is impactful and negatively impactful to the community and to another individual. It's an assault, if you ask me. Mr. Randy C. May says, "Come on, making her pay child support."
Win for the home team. He was commenting about the other comment.
Absolutely. Number one is that anything can happen. I know folks that have issues with being sexually active. Mr. J. Gilliard said, Sally needs to stop being so loose.
Sally is having a good time.
Yeah, that thought been trotting. Alicia Val says, Sally can have her whole phase. Just hold responsibly. Thank you. See, that to me, that's 1 + 1 = 2. We're just saying, don't be running around here feeling confident and frivolous about, shoot, I don't want to be embarrassed. This is my man, but I gave it to old boy. I'm pregnant. He don't
and just
know.
test old boy on the side.
So let me. I'm just gonna put it on him. Don't nobody ask. He didn't ask me how far along I was. He ain't tracking the last time we've been together. I'm just gonna get him. Nah, you shouldn't feel comfortable or even know that you have the option to do that. Because I think you'll be more careful if you know that there's mandatory testing that's going to occur and this is going to come out. And it would deter all these women from actually making it an everyday, full-time, 8 to 5, 9 to 5 job to go out and capture people. Because that's a real thing in our society right now. So is that helpful for a community and a society or detrimental? I'm asking you on that, Doc, that practice.
I mean, it ain't tricking if you got it. Like if they find somebody with a lot of money, it's fine.
Did you really just, I know you messing with me. I know you messing with me. I know it. So I'm going to keep my calm because I almost came out of my shirt. I'm just telling you.
I could tell.
Go through the glasses. I'm like, I don't know what's happening to the world. No. Okay, good one. You got me. You got me. Because,
okay, come on.
Yeah, that's good. Well, took my heart away.
Oh, Lord.
Mac
okay.
Sean, hey, Mac, how you doing? She said, so is the woman solely responsible for the test? No, I'm not. No, I'm saying everyone, the municipal, the hospital administration, that's going to be part of the process. It's going to be built into all of those things and all the tests they already run on children when they're first born. So now that's a good question. Should she have to now pay? I think a small fine that pays for the test, either for herself and the child or the child and the man, I think he should be exonerated. He needs to get free counseling and he can go about his business.
Hold on, wait. In what circumstance does he get away scot-free?
If he's not the father and he thought he was the father.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Because even when we get ready to start this, maybe right after they have a question, is he the father? Is there any chance he's not the father? No, there's no chance he's not the father. Okay, what has been the basis of maybe your relationship? And there maybe can be some preliminary questions, some insight before doing so. Because they may want to admit and say, yeah, I need something I need to tell y'all. Or I didn't mean to tell you, Johnny. And why I got to be Sally and Johnny? But never mind. That's just a random thought.
Because I was hoping nobody's in the comments names was Sally or Johnny. My typical go-to name is Keisha, but I didn't want to use that name either. So right. I think Mac LaShawn is asking a really good question because why is so much of this put on the woman? Like I get the question, but then I also think the answer is she the one that's pregnant. And so if you're naming Billy Ray Cyrus and Tommy and Jacob and everybody else, then you're the one wasting taxpayers' dollars because you know who it is and who it's not. And so maybe that's it. But I think there needs to be an opt-out button. So if I show up to the hospital by myself and then you say okay, it's time for the DNA, and I say opt out, no father, not naming nobody, that it should be understood that I was assaulted and I don't have to relive that. I don't want to have to tell 45 nurses, oh no, I'm opting out because I don't know who he is because I was assaulted. It's got to be something in place for that because that's traumatic. Oh, you ain't got nothing? I'll wait.
No, I'm thinking, I still think the testing of it should be mandatory.
Who you going to test? She was assaulted. She don't know who it is. He had a ski mask on.
Can't you don't have to have you can do ancestry as long as you send it in that database. Somebody gonna pop up. Maybe you'll find out a sibling, you might be able to find assailants and people who assault automatically by instituting this as well. So it has.
So you're gonna take this little baby's DNA and put it on ancestry.com and hope something pops up? That's invasive.
No, I think we gotta I think in the circumstances where a woman was assaulted and she doesn't want to, she's like, I don't care to find the assailant, or I don't have a need to and a desire to do that, then that's not going to be forced.
Okay.
I don't think
And
that
I
should
don't
be.
want 45 people asking her either. One person, one checkbox.
Yeah. Now, if she says, I would love for that to happen because I never knew who it was or whatever the case may be, then we definitely do it. But I think that's swabbing it. But, if you, like, I do know who the dad is. They went through the questioning portion earlier. It was determined, there is no possibility that someone else can be the dad. Then boom, then we can go forward. So I'm really trying to deter people from lying that are knowledgeable of who they're pregnant by and are making a conscious decision to just put it on somebody else for whatever their motivation is.
I'm with you.
Renee says taxpayers are going to pay for it when mom is unemployed and on government assistance.
Okay.
And that would go down quite a bit, I think. I don't know if it'll go down because they'll still be single. Probably going to create more single moms or whatever. But no, you'll be able to find the right dad.
You still single. He left you. You still single.
Maybe.
The fact that we didn't show up to the hospital together and we got to go find him to DNA test him means we're probably not together. Because who is leaving you at the hospital to do this by yourself? You could take off work.
Yeah, but you don't need to be charging. You don't need to be putting the wrong person on child support at all. We definitely got to keep that to a minimum, which is the motivation. Mac LaShawn said, we paying anyway for the birth of the child. We gonna pay, y'all. So what I'm saying is I think it's a greater investment to, one, motivate individuals to be honest, two, to protect innocent individuals from going through the pain, and most importantly, to protect those children from going through that, because that's who gets really hurt the most in the end. Even if you do have a good relationship, I don't care. I think there's always going to be this question of who your biological father is, why they did what they did or didn't do what they do. And I think it would be better suited for a child to at least know who that is. It's important. So, if you got family members that are in close proximity, you don't be hooking up with one of your cousins or something like that because you don't know. It just leads to a lot of issues. And I think this is a simple, this would be a mandate that would be simple. It would clear out a lot of that. And I think it would promote being honest and true to yourself. And it may even impact our society being a little bit more promiscuous.
So I just see the mental health side of it for like the baby.
Yes.
So let's say you do the DNA test. Sally said it was Tommy. It was Tommy. Okay, cool. Tommy said, this is just a one night stand. I'm not really feeling this. It's a no for me, sis. And so then Sally has this baby. And this baby has access to Tommy when they turn 18 so that Tommy can say your mama was starting and bopping and I didn't want you? Because how does that serve the baby?
Yeah, I think it's better protection on that one because he got to get older and grow. If he grows up in a single home and he's never been around Tommy or Johnny, is it Johnny or Tommy?
Whoever
that is. No, we all still get that same right to, if we want to be involved or not. But whoever the real father is that did, he may not want to participate. Shame on him is what I'm saying.
Right. And so what's the point in identifying him if he doesn't want to participate?
Because you're going to pay.
Okay. I just want to make sure like there's no piece of paper that when little Sally baby turned 18, they say, here's your DNA records. And then that kid goes and now finds Tommy. And Tommy was like, I ain't feeling you, bro. Because that's like double rejection.
Yeah, and I think that gets deeper because it's like, does the mom even share like this is who your real daddy is? You know what I mean? Or maybe not.
Well, you wanted it to be public record if she tested more than one person. So if we make hers public record, then probably everybody's is public record. And then the baby went on Google and found it out. And now he's upset and on meth because Tommy rejected him.
You went real deep. He goes straight to meth, huh? He's not just gonna go ask questions and say, Mom, I really like to know. He's just gonna be like, oh, that's not my dad. Hey man, where the meth deal? I need some ice or something.
Yeah, like
you're gonna be in the corner, huh? No, it ain't gonna work like that. We try to paint this with a red brush. No, I'm not gonna let you do it. Let's we got some comments.
Yeah, here we go.
Renee says clarification: jail time for false allegations that lead to the guy going to jail. So
Okay, I
jail
can
time.
respect that.
Okay.
I can respect that.
Mr. J. Gillian says, damn, not upset and on meth.
I'm just saying he got rejected. So he grew up without a father. Then he got his little piece of paper because Eric said it's public records. So he went on Google to get his public records. He found Tommy. Tommy ain't about nothing. So he went to Tommy's house and was like, "Hi, I'm Sally's son." And then Tommy was like, "I don't want you. I didn't like your mom. It was a one night stand." And now he's on meth.
It's not gonna happen like that. Or
okay, it's not gonna happen like that. I'm watching a lot of true crime. It can happen like that.
Or he can find Tommy. Tommy is like, "Man, I'm so glad you tracked me down. I was young. I was dumb at the time. I definitely understand the value and the gift it is to have children. So I apologize for not being there. I would love to start from here and build a relationship with you."
And then once he sees how Tommy is with his other children, and then he's like, "Oh, I missed out on all of this," and now he's on meth anyway.
That's a real thing. I've witnessed that.
I know.
Where it was very troublesome for him, but it was even more troublesome when they knew who it was and they had another family and they saw that family had done well
across the street,
and they were bitter because their upbringing was much more rough. But there was a lot of relief and soothing that came when they were an adult and they reconnected with them, and their siblings were was accepting of them, and they became ingrained in the family. And I think it was beneficial to do it that way. So a lot of those things can be thwarted again if we just already know from the beginning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mac LaShawn says, opt-out button is good, but later on, you cannot come back and claim a father. Okay. So this will also be a loophole for people who don't want to name the baby daddy. Great point. Because there's some, like the father may want to be involved and the mother doesn't want the father to be involved.
Yeah, because the father's on meth.
And that can be the case. And I think there can be some stipulations put in the mandatory, like, okay, we want to know, but it's up to you if you want to engage in seeking child support or some type of support or something from that. If you don't, as Mac well placed and thought out says, you can opt out of that. But I think still the testing needs to occur because it's mandatory.
You just want somebody swabbed. I'm over it.
No, I think it's important. I think it's important. No, I think it's important. I think recently, like right now, there is a prominent basketball player who found out that his best friend is his child's dad.
What?
Yeah. Like he had to lead a team for a while because I promise you, it is excruciatingly embarrassing and probably hurtful on a level that probably won't be explained properly in words.
Why he have to leave? Why the other dude couldn't leave?
No, I don't think his best friend was an NBA basketball player. He was.
Oh. Why are we not saying his name? Is it not on the Shade Room? Why it's a secret?
I think it did come out, but I don't think that's something we should hide a person about. And I think society is more sensitive about it because he's not, just a good guy. Found out that his child is not his child, and he's been raising him. And it's probably right now I think you put out a statement like, hey, just be respectful of what he's going through. And I think the greater society is just showing a little bit of empathy in that way, which is good. I mean,
I wasn't trying to make fun of him. I wanted to know who to Google when the show was over.
Oh yeah, so I'm saying I just don't think that's why they're talking about it a lot. They're not bringing it up a lot to answer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood. So in your world, every woman pushes out a baby, brings a wonderful new life into this world, and then immediately has a DNA test. You feel good about that?
I feel, man, you know what? I feel excellent about it.
I don't know. As the pusher outer of the baby,
Well, help me understand where is the real violation of this? Tell me, where is the real violation of making that mandatory?
Okay, because I've been in a situation where I've given birth with no man, and then I've given birth with a man, and then I've given birth and died on the table with a man, right? So I got some experience giving birth. The thing is, if I come in here by myself, why are you asking me about a DNA test? It's just me, it's just this baby. I don't need a reminder of what I don't have.
Yeah, but listen, we're gonna have therapists on hand. We have a great therapist, Mrs. Latoya Gilliard. She is awesome. She is Latoya the therapist. She has she is she's contracted with the city. You can go to her, and if you're having any mental, I don't know why I'm have to look like I'm talking to.
Yeah, because who's over there?
It's just how I have to do. Y'all ride with me. If you have to need any help, so here, this is the address. This is the number. Schedule you some time, and we wish you the best, and send them on.
We wish you the best. Sis came in here to be a pusher outer, as the comment said.
Yeah, and but I'm a bit perturbed. I'm a bit perturbed. Y'all telling me that there is no real outrage for even the possibility of a man who is always a maybe to have a process in place that's going to guarantee that he doesn't get lied to, that he doesn't get stripped of his dignity and embarrassed, hurt financially, mentally, and emotionally. And the only thing we have to do is just swab everybody just to make sure that who is named and expected to be the father is the father.
Hold on. Pause. That's not what we said. Because in the beginning, we said that the baby should be swabbed before any money exchanged. So you have the
I'm just saying, let's
just
do it from the beginning.
Well, hold on. No, like you have a choice as a man before you sign the birth certificate. If you want a test, get a test. Why does everybody have to get a test? Because Tommy want a test. Let Tommy get a test. Make it accessible. Make it free. I'm here for that. But
it's like, why? Your question was why make? Because men lie, women lie, men lie, women lie.
I don't know.
Lies and deceit been going on from the beginning.
Okay, and so everybody lies. Mika Baldwin said, "Whoo, I'm on the fence with this one. It can bring relief and or harm to the situation." I feel that. It's
going to bring. I think there is relief and harm in all things, but I'd rather be harmed early with a slight cut than to wait until my child is 12, 15, 18 years old, and you come with a machete and cut my freaking heart out. Slice me. I'll take the little slice in the beginning, and most importantly for the child. So we can go ahead and establish whatever direction of leadership or influence, and it's not the wrong person to only be ripping that away from them later. So there's certain harm, but go ahead.
Okay, so you're saying make it mandatory for everybody. And it does. So I hear that. You're just saying, oh, it's just a part of the checklist. We're just going to do it for the checklist. I hear that. But what's wrong with the opposite of that when Tommy could say, hey, I ain't really sure about Sally. She said it was mine. Can I get a test? They say, sure, your insurance covers it. It's in the package. Like, what's wrong with that?
Well, then how we ended up in these situations where we could have whole network shows that ran for the leap. I think Maury Povich been on there since he was 12.
Oh, no, Jerry died, not Maury.
Yeah, right. And Maury, he retired, and his whole show and premise of it for 2+ decades was just on paternity testing.
Well, I don't think it started that way, but yes, you are right. He is most famous for that.
We have a whole court show dedicated just to paternity testing.
Because I don't think it is as accessible as it should be.
I think we could put a big dent in the 40% of paternity tests where the father is not the father. 40%. So that's 4 out of 10.
By making it
4 out of
mandatory.
10.
Everybody.
Just
Everybody.
I'm really trying to think of where's the real harm in making something like that mandatory.
I don't know that there's like harm. It just seemed like a lot to tell me to do when I'm trying to be a pusher outer.
What these women see, and you thinking they coming in like, yes, you talking about I'm dilated to a 10. I need you to sign these documents here.
Yeah, like what?
That's not how that's going to work. Let's not get into the what I would say the administration of the thing. I think even before
that's how they be at the emergency room. You go in the emergency room first. You don't even the doctor hasn't even looked at you yet, and they want to know your insurance. How you gonna pay? What's your copay?
They don't talk to you about they don't talk to us about all the other procedures and shots that they give our children when they're first born. So because it's understood and implied throughout society. When?
Yes, they do, because people with religious exceptions get to opt out. Yes, they do.
Yeah, but whether you Orthodox Jew or Christian or atheist, we all get impacted by these lies. These lies circumvent all of those things. So we're trying to just make sure we keep things on the up and up and the right person, because I think it's because whose rights I think at this point we're not considering. We're talking about making me do something. Yeah, I don't want to make this child have to wait and find out that their parent is their parent. So let's look at it from just the children's. Would you want to know who your biological mother and your biological father is?
I would.
I think the answer would be yes. And then you get the option if you want to take it further and meet people. And so for the parents that are involved, hey, I do challenge people to be a little bit more sensitive, to be a little bit more mindful, and be responsible how they handle themselves and how they're going to impact other people and the society as a whole. Okay. Yeah, just having people on the up and up. No, if you already know, if I get pregnant, they automatically do tests.
Right.
I promise you, people will be more careful. Even if they increase, like, I'm gonna get this. What is it? An IUD? IUD? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
They'll get an IUD, an EEE, and a OPT, or whatever they need. A paper clip, whatever you need to calm these things down. Get some Gorilla Glue, get you a diaphragm, get the men.
So,
I think men would get prophylactics. You know, it would increase that process.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cats won't be relying on that pull-out method. So, Mr. J. Gillies says, this cause Doc don't like rules, E. Yeah.
I know. It's the word mandatory. That's
you ain't got no rules at your home?
Yeah, this is my house though, so they're my rules. I like my rules.
Boy, I love your honesty, Doc. I say, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good for it. It ain't that rule ain't good for me, but the rules I state, that's good for everybody else.
I hate rules. I've been waiting my whole life to be grown.
I know, man. I hate.
It's a scam though, because I really
know that. I know that man will be like, man, I hate losing my son. Man, I hate losing my daughter.
Why did they lose them? Because the DNA test.
Because they thought it was theirs and then it wasn't.
Well, you don't have to. They don't have to opt out. But I think when you find out, like it just probably things change.
And right now, it's so weird, and they act like it doesn't matter. But even in the legal system, if there's what they call there's a time limit on it. Statute of limitations attached to it. So you could really be the biological dad, but if somebody else signs the birth certificate unknowingly, thought it was theirs, and too much time go by, you know what they tell you? Oh, our bad. It's too late.
Is that a thing?
That is a real thing. And you do have to pay that. And you're going to be held liable. And you are the parent. But that child is like, oh, I found out that Johnny was my dad. And then they're gonna develop a relationship with Johnny. Johnny like, I didn't know. I'm so proud.
And so now Johnny at the baseball game, but you bought the cleats.
Exactly.
Ugh, that's kind of gross.
So how about So you know what? I got a solution for that though, Doc.
Mandatory DNA testing.
Right from day one, we already know.
Sick of it. Okay, read the comment.
So Mac LaShawn said, okay, maybe not mandatory, but before a man is listed on the birth certificate, DNA, and definitely before child support. And I think they're doing that, but I'm gonna tell you, not wanting to disrespect, like even if you have a doubt, but you're not sure, and if you're told, yes, you're the father, or if it's implied that you're the father, you don't want to be that guy that be like, it ain't mine, because that's so damn typical. Right?
Yeah, but don't say it ain't mine. Say, oh, okay, I'm so excited about this miracle. Let's go ahead and get a DNA test and we can just go on.
And then the woman is, you don't trust me? You think
No, I don't trust anything. So let's just go ahead and get this test.
Well, that's why we need those therapists to, because obviously
I'm a fan of DNA tests. Me personally, yeah, test. What's up? What's your test? I got nothing to hide. Test.
See, that's the thing. My premise, Mac, on mandatory is that it takes all of those wishes. It leaves nobody any recourses of personal, like subjective thoughts on that process. Hey man, this is just a process. Because if you are in line, it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to hurt anything. But if it's not, you may make people say, wait a minute, why you nervous? Why you scared? Why you want to opt out? Why you think we shouldn't? It's already ingrained in the whole process of what they're going to do to make sure our child is okay. At the end, it's not a big deal, right? So what's wrong with being sure for your feelings? Sometimes you just got to be like, man, F your feelings. Many times don't we have to just we have to put our feelings aside and do what must be done, or do what's best, or what's more proper. And I think making sure everybody is in line and everything is on the up and up, that child will have a clear opportunity to know exactly who they come from and from what hints they come from. Yeah, I think that outweighs. I just don't like rules. I think it trumps that.
I follow.
I don't think you. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you hate rules. I think rules.
I just don't like being told what to do. If I'm being honest.
What we might have to explore that. What's wrong with being told? What if have you been told? Has somebody told you what to do? Have you ever had to follow a rule and you look back and be like, damn, that rule saved my life, or that rule kept me straight, or that rule landed me in good place, or that rule applying it to my life bore good fruit? Has that ever happened, Doc?
I hate to say no, because I feel like
the answer is yes.
No, I can't think of anything, but I hate to say no because I'm not like we right on the spot, and I done been given a lot of rules, so I would have to think about it.
There's no rule you can think of in life that you followed that you felt like protected you in any way?
No, not
nothing comes to mind.
Not
were you able to go out often as you wanted to? Is you stay out as
I was like a senior, not till I was in college, no.
Exactly. Do you think you'd probably got into something you maybe shouldn't have, or been in places you shouldn't have been if you'd have been able to be out?
Maybe.
Well, I can tell you that there are some people that's been saved by those type of rules.
I didn't say I don't follow the rules. I just don't like being told what to do. It's a hard pill for me to swallow. Like
as long as we can do it. Yeah, as long as we can get through it.
Yeah, I'll take it. But I just be like, I'm gonna roll my eyes as I'm following the rules. I'm gonna be like, oh, who they think they is telling me this? I'm gonna still do the thing though, for sure. But I just don't. It don't touch me right.
Doc.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to Perspective.
You felt me? You felt me, Doc?
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish up the last comments.
It's just Jeff saying thank y'all, have a good night. And then Miss Mac LaShawn said knowing is best.
Absolutely. Say, everybody, we got a little heated, got carried away because we passed time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta go. Follow us on social media.
Absolutely. We holler at y'all. Y'all be great. Hey, next week, Thursday, 8:30, go to our a group and definitely give some more comments. If there's anything that you would want discussed, if you think we need to do a part 2 and extend on this, let us know. We appreciate you being here. Thank you. We'll talk to y'all next week. All right, bye-bye.